shakalaka, I have the most excitingly bullish graph I have ever seen for Bitcoin that I'm going to share with you in this video today. Guys, we have been told by great traders like Peter Brandt, by Willy Woo, that it seems like we're in the middle phase of the bull market. But if we take a look at this graph, it doesn't really look like we're in the middle of the phase. It looks like it's already over. But guys, I want to share with you this graph here, why this is the most important graph I've ever seen, and why this is extraordinarily bullish. You'll want to find out why. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at this insanely bullish Bitcoin graph, talking about exactly why it is insanely bullish. Before we do, guys, make sure to come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love, where we have some pretty exciting exclusive giveaways. Also, guys, today's episode is sponsored by QuickSwap Protocol, a brand new cross-chain automated protocol currently on Ethereum and soon to be on Polkadot, which will incorporate its layer 2 scaling functionality via Plasma and Acala network parachains. Users can swap, create markets, add liquidity, and stake all in one place. QuickSwap promises to deliver lightning-fast transactions at a fraction of the cost of Ethereum mainnet swap dexes, thanks to their utilization of the power of Polkadot. Also currently in development is QuickSwap's own decentralized launchpad and NFT marketplace, which will create a serious one-stop shop for traders, hodlers, and startups. The QuickSwap token sale is already in its second stage of sales, so grab yourself a bag of gems now. Click the links in the pinned comment to learn more. Today, this graph here blew my mind when I saw it, and I have to say special thanks to my buddy Scott, and also to DIY Investing. This is where the graph came from. This is where I saw it, thanks to Scott. So this is an absolutely insanely amazing graph. If you want to watch his video over on DIY Investing, you could check it out right up there. Now, why is this graph important, and why is it so different than this graph? This is the graph that we are all used to seeing. Okay, we had the run up in 2017 to $20,000. Price came down. We had a run up to $14,000, came down again, and then we broke through previous all-time highs of $20,000, and now we're at $50,000, $60,000, and it just seems to be going sideways, not going anywhere from here. Seems like it's over. It doesn't seem like it's halfway through, right? But this graph blew my freaking mind because it's crazy. It actually compares Bitcoin with M1 money, the total money supply. This is Bitcoin price adjusted for inflation. Guys, if you remember, I'll try and post the video right up here. A long time ago, I talked about how we're not only having one halving this year, we're having multiple halvings, because not only was there a Bitcoin halving, but also they are printing an insane amount of money. How much is insane? Well, it turns out that 35%, a third of all US dollars in existence, were printed in the last 10 months. A third of all the money in the last 220 some years of the United States was printed in the last year. That's absurd if we take a look at it for all of you guys who want a visual representation. So the total US money supply, the M1 money, increased 55% since last February. Look at this. Before, it was at this 4,000, I guess that's 4 trillion. Now it's at 6.5 trillion. And guess what? They just printed another $1.9 trillion. They're just printing it because the government has a plan. They want us all to be using FedCoin, because with FedCoin, they can track everything we do, even though we already have cell phones and they can track us anyways. But then they can incentivize us to spend our monies in certain ways. They'll say, hey, you spent too much money on leisure recently. These new Fed coins you have can only be spent on housing and food. So they're planning on doing that. And the only way to do it is to completely inflate US dollars, to basically destroy the currencies we used recently. Since February, a US dollar has half the buying power that it did because there's twice as many in circulation. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, it means really good things because we don't want to be holding US dollars. US dollar savers are losers. As we've seen with many other countries where this happened before, like Germany, I think around World War I or World War II, where they had hyperinflation, like Venezuela, like Zimbabwe, where they have hyperinflation, where the money becomes valueless in the time from when you receive it to when you go to the store. That is going to start happening. The only way to hedge against that is to buy commodities, things like Bitcoin, silver, gold. As a matter of fact, I just listened to this podcast here. I love listening to his stuff. He has some great stuff. This one, Why Gold, Why Now? Now, it could also be called Why Bitcoin, Why Now? Or also Why Silver, Why Now? But it's a great episode, and I'll link to the video right here if you want to watch that. But basically, he talks about how right now, we're entering a hyperinflationary phase. And because of that, the only way to maintain your wealth is to put it in things like Bitcoin, like cryptocurrencies, like gold, like silver. Because guess what? It's running out. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. And in all honesty, there's really only 1 million Bitcoin left, period, that are available in circulation. The rest have been bought up. 35% of all the Bitcoin supply was bought in the last 3 months. That means at this rate, 100% of the Bitcoin will be bought unavailable within 6 more months. There will be 0 left. But it's not only Bitcoin. Because as we see here, the US Mint couldn't meet the demand for gold and silver coins due to pandemic buying. Sales of bullion rose 258%. And right now there's a waiting list if you want to buy gold, if you want to buy silver. You can buy it at the spot price plus a little bit, and then you have to wait 6 months to actually receive it because it's just not available. Not like this funny money they've been printing. So, what does this mean? Well, this is actually an insanely bullish chart for all of us. Here's what's going to happen. We haven't even seen the beginning of the Bitcoin bull run yet. I was mistaken. I thought we saw a good amount of the Bitcoin bull run already. But this was just Bitcoin inflation because really it started at the beginning of the pandemic. And since they started printing money, the value of Bitcoin just went up dramatically. From down here, look at this. What are we going to do? From down here to up here, this is just due to printing money. All of that. What we're going to see now is we are going to see the true Bitcoin parabolic bull run plus the addition of printing money to where the price is going to go up insanely. I mean, any predictions you have heard about Bitcoin previously are probably too low. It's crazy, but it's true. Because let's take a look at it. Guys, Bitcoin is the alpha asset. There's nothing better. Even gold. I mean, gold and silver, they call them God's money. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, they call them people's money. Bitcoin, there's never been another asset this good. Let's take a look at this. Over the past 11.4 years, had you invested $1 in Bitcoin and $1 in gold 11.5 years ago, you would now have $1.67 in gold. Or you would have $72 million in Bitcoin. And guys, this same opportunity exists today. It's not too late. Everybody who's ever gotten into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies thought it was too late. It's not too late. Just make sure that you're saving Bitcoin and cryptos and gold and silver instead of US dollars and fiat currencies, because fiat currencies and hyperinflation are going to zero. Scarce commodities like Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, gold, and silver are going to the moon. So if you enjoyed that, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Peace.